session. If you can hear me, please do well to drop a comment. If you can hear me, please do well to drop a comment. Can you hear me? We are live now. If you can hear me, drop a comment in the chat section. Drop a comment in the chat section. Okay, if you can hear me, drop a comment in the chat section. We are live now. Okay. Awesome. Let me know where you are watching from. Where are you watching from? Drop it in the chat box. All right. Yeah, so I want to welcome everyone to today's session. And in today's session, we'll be looking through technical analysis using price action. My name remains Tunmise Olaoluwa. Yes, here's a quick disclaimer. You need to understand that leverage trading involves risk, so you need to trade responsibly. Regional restrictions apply. You can always check our terms and conditions to see if it applies to you or not. This session is for educational purpose only, not financial advice, and past performance is not an indicative of future results. All right. Awesome. I can see the feedbacks coming in. I can see Nandan from India. I can see Alan Jr. from Nigeria. I can see Ultimate Love from India. You're welcome. Okay, so a quick one about me. I have 7 years experience in the space of trading and a solid background in finance and quantitative research. My trading results have been consistently profitable across various strategies. I frequently trade price action, momentum, trends, and candlestick patterns, primarily focusing on EURUSD, USDJPY, and GBP USD currency pair in the Forex market. Here are our agenda for today. We would go through the use of top to bottom strategy. We review EURUSD currency pair. We review the price movement of EURUSD. And we review any currency suggested by you. And likewise answer questions. Now this session would last for about 45 minutes. Kindly use the YouTube chat, the YouTube live chat to ask your question during the webinar, and I will periodically check it to answer them all. Now, so let's focus on what our strategy today will be focused on. Our strategy today will be focused on analyzing historical price movement, utilize candlestick formation, chart patterns, and market structure. Now, what kind of trader is it suitable for? 1. It's suitable for position trader. 2. Intraday. 3. Swing trader. Now, when is it important to use this strategy? 1. You can use the strategy during a high liquidity period, and you can use the strategy during a high liquidity period, and you can use the strategy within the 1 to 1 month time frame. Okay, kindly let me know if you can hear me loud and clear. Can you hear me loud and clear? All right, so now let's dive straight into the live trading session. All right. Yeah, so here we are in the Euro USD chart. Let's go down to the monthly time frame. So this is the monthly time frame. So, and I would be walking us through what we call the top to bottom strategy. Let me write it here. And you can also call it top down strategy. Okay. So in this part here, we want to understand what is the market structure. All right? We want to understand what the market structure is. Market structure. And also, we want to look at the resistance and support zones. We can also call them levels. All right. So now, first thing first, what is the current market structure? What is the current market structure? Okay. Now, when you look at this, the current market structure, so this is the current market structure. The current market structure is a downward slope. Okay. Now let's look at levels, key levels of support and resistance. Key levels of support and resistance. So to be sure that our lines are on the key levels of support and resistance, I would recommend that we can also change to a line chart to be able to see, the key levels, and if they are properly, if the line is properly sitting on them. Okay. All right. So now we're back to the candlestick chart. So here we can see our price, is currently, trying to break out of this trend line. Now, one interesting thing that I want us to notice is the previous candles. What happened, what is happening, and what would most likely happen. So there are three questions that our analysis would help us answer. Three questions. that our analysis would help us answer. 3 questions to be answered is: 1, what has happened? 2, what is happening? 3, what will happen? Do you see that? 3 questions. What has happened? So we want to answer 3 questions. What has happened? What is happening? And what will happen? What has happened? That's the past. Historical prices. What has happened? What is happening? That's the present. Okay, what is currently going on? Where is price seated? Where did it break out from? Where is it going to? Now, what will happen is, okay, what will be the expected outcome? Is it going up? Is it coming down? And this is what makes analysis very interesting. So we're going to answer these 3 questions in order for us to be able to make sense of this. Okay. Now, what we can see here, what has happened. Okay. Now, I would zoom in, because when we look at the chart, you will discover that a lot has happened. Now, when you investigate what has happened, you will see that if you look at it, price dropped down to this level, came up to this level, and has been rallying at this level for 3 years. Right? Price has spent a long time rallying at this level for 3 years. And now it is out of that frame. So let's identify which level did price break out from. So you can see that here price has been consolidating for years, for 3 years. Price has been consolidating for 3 years within this, triangle. All right. And finally this year, price broke out. Okay. Now this makes it a very interesting thing. Now it's now clear to us that price has broken out of its consolidation or sideways movement. Okay, or the choppy market. Price has now, created a new footprint above the consolidated market after breaking out. All right. Now, this is now, if we now go down to the weekly time frame. Let's go down to the weekly time frame. Interesting. Observe with me. So you can see that when price, broke back into this level, came down, went up, came down, went up again, all right, and came down. Now it is just expected that price would equally go up and come down. However, that was not the case. Okay, the case here was that price now broke out of this sustained resistance level. this resistance level has been sustained for years, and finally price broke out of it. Now, one interesting thing you will see that after price broke out from that, choppy market, the consolidation market, it retested that level. Interesting. It retested that level, and now the level which served as a resistance has now turned support. And that is why you can see that price has been pushed back. Let me take this off so that you can see it clearly. Can you see? Can you see? So you can now see that if we zoom in closely, you can see that price broke out successfully from this level, broke out. Of course, after every breakout, there is a 80% chance of a pullback. So the pullback happened. The resistance has now turned support, and you can see that on the weekly time frame, we can see both a doji and followed by a fully bodied candle. Right? This only means one thing. It means bullish. This only means bullish. Let me use a deep green. This only means what? Bullish. Right? And it only makes sense to buy at this level. It only makes sense to buy at that level. It only makes sense to buy at that level. Can we see that? And this is quite interesting. This is very interesting. It's what you can call a good money spot. A good money spot. A good money spot. What we spotted here is price breaking out of the consolidation. That's confirmation 1. Confirmation 2, price retesting the resistance turn support zone. All right. 3, price not breaking down into that support zone and forming a doji followed by a fully bodied bullish candle. Okay, that's confirmation 4. All right, and that's enough to see that yes, market is on an upward steroid. Okay, if you are following, let me know in the comment section. Type following. And if you have any question, please do well to ask your question in the chat box. Ask your question in the chat box. So with what we have here, it's a clear money spot for us. With what we have here, it's a clear money spot for us. It's a clear money spot for us. Breakout, pullback, a doji was formed, a fully bodied candle, and yes, all we can see is bullish. So if you are a swing trader, okay, if you are a swing trader, you are looking to target this level as your take profit, your first take profit level. That's your first take profit level, and then this level becomes your second take profit level. Okay, your first take profit level, I'll call it TP1, and we can call the other one TP2. TP1, TP2. Okay, TP1 and TP2. Awesome. I can see Andrew Ovie, I see Lucy, I see Thomas, I see Allen Jr. If you are a swing trader, this becomes your TP1 and your TP2. Now let's go down to the daily. Now it's also very clear on the daily time frame. You can see, let me take this off so we have less distractions. Now it's also already very clear, price break out of this level, pulled back, and that's how it is. So some persons might be skeptical and say, oh, where can I buy? Can I buy now? Can I do this? Can I do that? There are two places you can decide to buy. You can buy at the current price where the price level is at present, and you can buy when the price closes above this level. All right, so these are the two areas levels where you can buy. You can buy when price is 1.15, and you can buy when price is where price currently is. You can buy at the current market price. Nothing is stopping you. All right, nothing is stopping you. Also, most importantly, all things being equal, apply good risk management. All things being equal, apply good risk management. Very, very important. Good risk management. All right? Yeah. All things being equal. All things being equal. So let's go down to the 4-hour time frame. Okay, we can also see that on the 4-hour time frame, something interesting is already happening. So you can see clearly here. Now that price has clearly set a new support zone at this level. Now, so because this level here was previously a resistance zone. Okay? This level here was previously a resistance zone. As you can see, it has rejected price when it came to that level, right? And now that level as fast become, let me fetch. That level has fast become a support zone. Okay, that level has fast become a support zone. So if you have any question, please do well to ask. Yeah, same thing applies on the 4 hours time frame. Ready to buy, you can decide to buy at the current market price, or you can decide to buy when price rises above this level. If price breaks out above this level, you can decide to buy. You can also decide to buy at the current market price. Okay. I believe you are following. If you have any question, ask in the chat box. I love to see that the class is interactive and questions are being asked. Okay, so clearly we can see here all right, so clearly we can see here now that it's a good spot to buy. You can decide to buy at the current market price. You can decide to buy if price closes above. You know, if you have your target level of buying below, likewise, do well to set your, you know, your buy limit orders. All right, so and that is all on Euro USD. Our outlook on Euro USD is bullish. Okay, our outlook on Euro USD is bullish. Let me write that. Our outlook on Euro USD is bullish. Okay, great. Someone said, I have a question. How do we or how do I figure out a breakout? How do I figure out a breakout? How do I figure out a breakout? So let's quickly use our example. So for a long time, if you look at this now, this breakout has been since 2022. I'm sorry, this consolidation started in November 2022. Market started consolidating. Okay. And you can see up until April 2025. Then you can see that price has been moving within this box. Okay. Now you cannot, how do I put it now? You can only anticipate a potential breakout, right? So let's say in a case where we've not known that price will break out. All right. So let's say we've just been ranging at this level. Okay. Now, what would most likely be anticipating that will most likely happen is either a breakout to the upside, okay, or a breakout to the downside. So we will both have been expecting that okay, price might either break out upward or break out downwards, right? So when you can only figure out a potential breakout when price is in a consolidating market. Okay? Like this now is a consolidating market. Price is moving in a range. We also call it a ranging market. So when price is moving in a range like this, then you know that price is consolidated. Okay, and only then can you foresee a potential breakout. You cannot even say, oh, for a certain it is breaking out upwards, or for a certain it is breaking out downwards, right? But you can only foresee a potential breakout that price can break out either upwards or downwards. So you can only ascertain a breakout when it has occurred. All right, you can only ascertain a breakout when it has occurred. Okay, someone said I see a channel line form in the 4 hours time frame. I will wait for a break and retest of the previous high, which is amongst the channel line. Beautiful. So let's look at what you're saying. In the 4 hours time frame, said you see. Awesome. I want to believe probably you're talking about I see a channel that I will wait to see. Okay, so maybe you are talking about something. You're talking about this. All right, maybe you're talking about this. Okay, it's also a good consideration to put into perspective and say, okay, that's why I said it's either you are buying at the current market price or you are buying when price closes above this support zone and this resistance zone. All right, so yeah. So I hope I've answered your question, Harlan. I hope I've answered your question. All right, what currency do you want us to trade? Which other currency do you want me to give a quick review on and see what potential sides we might see? Okay? Any currency you want me to review, let me know in the chat box. If you have any currency you want me to review, let me know in the chat box. Is there any currency you want me to review? Let me know in the chat box. Okay, someone said thank you for responding to my question. Yeah, sure, you're welcome. That is why we're here. Someone said USDJPY still holding a sell. Gold USDJPY. Okay, okay. If I get okay, I think Allen has mentioned USDJPY, Andrew has mentioned USDJPY. That is the pair that is leading. If I get another comment either approving any of them, I would just go ahead. So if you want me to go straight to USDJPY, I've seen two people already suggested it. USDJPY. Who else is you know say who else wants to second the motion? Okay. Okay, that is two people has mentioned it. Not any pair has actually gotten that vote. So USDJPY, let's go. USDJPY, let's go, let's go, let's go. So let's quickly go down to the monthly time frame so that we can have a top to bottom approach on USDJPY. So we can see that on USDJPY, let's map out levels of support and resistance and market structure likewise. Okay. All right. So now we've identified key levels of support and resistance on EURUSD. Let's dig deeper and now begin to break down. So here on USDJPY, we can see that this level has acted as a very significant level of support and resistance for a while. Let's have this in white. Okay. I think we'll just have this in. Okay, let's leave it in yellow. Okay. Now, we also have support zone here. Okay, and yeah, so here we go. Now, if you look at things from the top, you discover that the market on USD JPY is on is giving a cup shape. Okay, showing that price is dropping. All right, so with this, on this monthly time frame, from all projection, we can see that um, the next level for euro for USD JPY, the next level for euro USD JPY is the support zone. The next support zone is the support zone. Okay, so the support zone is that very, very key level. All right. So of course we can now see that we we all we are seeing here now is a sell opportunity. All right. What we are seeing here is a sell opportunity. That's what the market on USDJPY is signaling. A sell opportunity. Now let's go down to the lower time frame, which is the weekly time frame. So interestingly, we can see clearly here that market is actually going to continue going down, and what we might see here would just be a breakout of this support zone, because this level has been acting as a key support. So we can see we have a support zone here, a support zone here, a support zone here. If care is not taken, price will fall. Okay, so here are levels to watch. So what will trigger a continuous sell off below this level is a breakout of this support zone. All right, a breakout of this support zone will trigger a sell off. A breakout from this support zone will trigger a sell off. So let's go down to the daily time frame. Already we can see that on the daily time frame, when you look closely, price is creating a higher low. Okay, a higher low, and that's showing how price has continued to fall. So price has been creating a higher low on the daily time frame. So from here, price will definitely come and touch this support zone. So this is also for those who are short-term traders. You can always target from here to here and wait to see price um, continue to drop. Okay, yeah. So on USD JPY, okay, on USD JPY, it signals a sell. Clearly, this is on the 1 hour time frame. We can see it. It signals a sell. For short-term traders, you can target here. Okay, for long-term traders, you can wait for the market to break out of this zone. All right, and then you continue to enjoy the ride. All right, so that's all about our live session today, and I want to walk you through what the importance of risk management. Okay, the importance of risk management to you as a trader. This is very, very important for you to take note. Now, risk management, if you are a newbie, a total newbie, you are joining for the first time, I recommend that you start with a demo account. And if you are already into the trading and you just joined to learn, I also recommend that you start with a funded account. Also, you want to make sure that you use a stop loss order. This is not negotiable. All right. 3, you have to trade with a risk to reward ratio. So how much are you willing to risk for the reward you are looking for? So if you are looking for a reward that is 2 times your loss, then that is good. Okay. And now 4, you need to risk only the small amount per trade. So you don't want to risk a bigger amount on a single trade, right? You want to risk smaller amounts per trade. 5, diversify your trade. So you don't want to put, a single large trade on a single currency pair. Why not you trade 2 or 3 currencies and spread your risk? Also, avoid over leveraging. Use leverage cautiously. Excess leverage can amplify your loss. 7, stick to your trading plan. So it's important that you have a trading plan and you stick with it. Now 8, keep up with market news. There are several macroeconomic activities taking place, several news coming up. Based on the currency pair you are taking, you need to follow this macroeconomic news, back to back. I mean, you have to be consistent. You have to be up to date. All right. Avoid over trading and also review your strategy. If you use a strategy and it fails, review it, sit back. Why did it fail? And readjust. Now, it's also important that you know that Octa FX runs a 24 hours, in 7 days customer support with a strong commitment to fund and data security. We give you access to widespread trading instruments with low spread, fast execution, and 0 commission. Interestingly, it's available on Google Play Store and the Apple Store. Here is a promo code that can help you double your deposit. All right, so if you are depositing $1,000, $100, $5,000, you can leverage on this to double your deposit. And this only takes 5 steps. Number 1, you open your Octa trading app or visit our official website. You go to your profile, find the promo code section in the menu, enter the promo code and press activate. Make a deposit and enjoy your bonus. Now the promo code is Tunmise 100, TUNMISE. Now, what is the summary of our session today? The summary is based on price action, its components, suitability for traders, and applicable scenarios. We reviewed strategy on live chat during the live trading session right in the terminal. Now, there are a few trading principles that you must have, and this is a key takeaway for you. 1, analyze trading instruments to understand how they behave and under various market conditions. Review your actions and reflect on your decision. Keep up with the latest market updates and news. Use our educational resources to understand your strategy and tools to help you stay profitable. Thank you very much for joining this session. Also, we need a feedback from you, and this feedback would only help us to, improve our future webinars. It's essential that you fill in and give us feedback on how we can improve our webinars in the future. Scan the QR code and take the survey. Is only 1 minute, right? 1 minute of your time. Know how to improve our future webinars. Scan the QR code on the screen and fill the form. It's just 1 minute. Thank you very much for joining, and I look forward to seeing you in every of our sessions. Don't forget, subscribe to Octa, subscribe to Octa, and tap on the notification bell to be the first to be notified whenever we have a session on live. Thank you for joining, and see you in our next session.